You've got Neutron D, the command line client set up now. It's time to configure it for Neutron testnet and set up a wallet, a local wallet, so that we have some keys that we can use to upload our code and interact with smart contracts. I head over to a terminal here. And again, Neutron D is installed and ready to go. It works on a subcommand basis, as I mentioned last time. So if I want to ask it what commands I can do, Neutron D -- help. If I am unclear on a subcommand, for example, I want to know what subcommands there are for keys, then I can ask help. And even if I have a question about a specific command, I can ask help. So we're going to do Neutron D keys add here in order to add a new key set. But first, let's look at the config of Neutron D. We see that it is set up for Neutron 1, which is actually mainnet, not testnet. Okay, so not what we want. And a Pikachu RPC. This isn't the default. I just have it set up like this from some development action that I did. And I need to actually find a Neutron testnet RPC in order to proceed. In order to change the config, the Neutron testnet is called Pion1, or the chain ID is Pion1. You use the same kind of subcommand setup, Neutron D, then config, then what you're trying to change, then the new value. So I'll set it to Pion1, and now you see that the config is Pion1. I also want to set my key backend. It's currently OS, which will be keychain. That's fine, but it's more convenient to use test. Don't use test for anything in production, but it's much more convenient just to quickly get going if we use the test keyring. I also won't spam my actual system keyring with a bunch of like testnet keys. We still need some more things here. We need to change the node. I'll go ahead and let's see, Neutron D config node. And these might change. It's not always, you don't always know which RPCs for testnets are going to be up and responsive and not on the right version yet and so on. But RPC falcron.pion1.neutron.tech should work, maintained by the Neutron team. Let's go ahead and give it a try by querying. Q is a shortcut for query. Query is the command, but Q is like a short version of it. So I'll do Neutron D query. I could type out query or Q and then just call for the latest block. We did get some blocks. All right, so we have blocks. We're connected to an actual network, and we're ready to go with our testnet connection. We might have to deal with these a little bit when we get to deploying, but we'll handle that later. Otherwise, everything's ready to go and configured. Now let's make a new key here. If you look at the keys help, you'll see that add is the very first subcommand for keys. So if we want to add a private key, basically add a new address we can use to interact with the testnet, then we'll want to use that add command. So Neutron D keys add, and then the name of the key, I'll call it testnet counter. And we get a bunch of information. This mnemonic, don't use it in anywhere. It's now public because it's in this video, and this is the associated address. I need to get some funds for this address. I need to fund this account in order for it to be able to pay the gas to upload code and instantiate smart contracts. Now there is no faucet address right now for Neutron. You actually have to go to the testnet faucet channel. I'll give the Neutron Discord server link in the description. Hopefully it doesn't change too soon. And there you'll be able to request with a command, you'll be able to request funds to the Neutron address. So I'm going to go over and do that now. Once you're in the Neutron Discord, verify, add yourself the role of Neutron and developer or general and developer, and then come into the testnet faucet channel and request. Then go ahead and paste your Neutron address, which I don't have in my clipboard anymore. And the faucet should give you some Neutron on the testnet. There it is. There's the transaction. So come in and check the bank balances query for your account. And there we go. I've gotten some Neutron. This is 2 test Neutron that has arrived in my local key. And so now I have the funds I need in order to pay gas. And in the next video, we'll go ahead and compile and upload contract code, get it deployed to the test network so that we can start interacting with a real smart contract.